I guess I've learned a lot today. I shifted my perspective. Um, my perspective on the word trust. So I have a lot more faith and trust. I guess faith is trust in a way. It's trusting in yourself. I would say I was going to say in something greater than you, but when you come down to it, at the end of the day, it's your mindset. It's you and the way that you've and how far you've brought your mind into consciousness, into being conscious of things. It's not having faith in something greater than you in hopes that it will get you through or in hopes that something bigger than yourself will save you. Trust is having faith in yourself enough to realize that you don't need anyone else to come along and save you. It's realizing that if you give in to the flow instead of working against it, you will flow to wherever it is you're meant to go. No rhyme intended. I guess it's so easy to not sit with trust because there's a lot of sensations that go throughout our body and make us uncomfortable, and therefore we give up to giving into the flow. And what I've found that helps me become conscious of it today, I ground myself, and there's many ways to do that. Like you just research it, find your own way. Something will sit eventually. Um, my way is putting both of my feet just flat on the floor, wherever I am. It doesn't have to be like on the earth, but just flat on the floor and feeling stable with that, like solid. Um, that like helps me. It allows me to. Oh, it's like, think of it this way. It allows me to release. There you go. That was a release. But think of it this way. Think of a boat and it getting struck by lightning. It's an example. It's so random, but so the lightning hits the highest point of the boat, and that goes down the mast. And well, thinking of a sailboat here, it hits the top of the mast, travels down because it has to go into the water, or I mean, like anything, I guess, hits the highest point and travels down into earth or water. Um, so think of yourself as the boat. When I ground myself, I'm on the earth, on the wherever, on the ground, my feet, and this feeling of flow comes through, and you have to surrender to it. Otherwise, it's going to feel uncomfortable, and you're going to fight it. You sit with it, that trust. Allow yourself, allow it to go through and feed into the ground. Allow it to run through you. That's how I feel when I'm grounded. You've got the energy flowing through you instead of flowing around you with nowhere to go. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I hope that makes sense to you. Um, yeah. So I guess in order for me to surrender to the flow of life, you're either gonna spend a lot of your life fighting the flow, and that's where you'll end up in places you don't want to be, or going through experiences you don't want to experience because you're fighting the urge to flow with it, with wherever you're meant to be going. And for an example, like I've got something that I really want to do, and I've been accepted into study and to start in July. And I mean, yeah, I've got nerves coming up and stuff like that, but this is an opportunity that's come into my life, into my consciousness, that I have brought into my life because I have been grounded in a place long enough to realize that what I actually want for myself and my life. And it's taken me a lot to get here, I guess, with my consciousness and my mind and my energy and the way I think about myself as well. Like, I've rewired my brain. And I guess I kind of just brushed that off right then. Like, I've rewired my brain, haha. But like, it took a lot. It took a lot to get where I am and to realize there's things about myself that took me years to figure out. And being grounded is the thing that's helped me through that. I mean, days sometimes you won't feel grounded at all. You'll feel depleted, in this life. There's days you'll feel depleted and no energy, and those are the days where you don't force anything. Just don't force anything. Just allow yourself to be, to lay down on your bed, to do nothing, to just relax your body. Because a while ago, whenever I would ground myself and relax, I felt like I had to force myself to relax. And then as soon as I did relax, I realized that I was living my days throughout my life, and my body was so tense until I relaxed for once and realized how much tension I've been carrying with me throughout my life. And, it's not fun. A lot of you, I reckon, would resonate with that. But to learn to ground yourself in a way that resonates with you, it's like, you then become your own savior. You then stop searching for things externally of you to hold you. You can learn to hold yourself. Um, that's really cool. I feel less heavy now. I had a lot to say. My feet are flat on the ground, and it's just like, I'm giving into the flow of what's coming to my mind right now to share. And I think that there is value in that. It took me a while to realize that, what I have to say actually matters. If not to the whole world, then to myself. I'm okay with that. So, yeah. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you've taken something from this, and just spread your light. Peace.